Bro, do we want to really touch the vehicle? They put electrical tape around the coil. Really? Do we really want to touch the vehicle? Yeah, what up? We back again with another video. So this is a 2006 Tiana with a J31 model, right? This carried the VQ 2.3 engine. Customer complained that he was driving along and the vehicle had shut down on him. So he had a record here. He was getting a crank no start basically. This happened right after, probably like a day or two after he changed his plugs and coils, right? I was asked to come to visit the shop. So let's put a scan tool on it real quick. Hold on, let's come out of there. Yeah, sorry about the glare. As I said, we was able to put a scan tool on the vehicle and wasn't obtaining anything. So the next step is, well, you know me, I must got a procedure when you have a crank no start. So the shop said they check for fuel, they're getting good fuel. They remove the pump, make sure they're getting good PSI. They actually swapped the pump out, right? They went after compression. They said they getting good compression and everything like that. So what else could they check? So they asked me if I could check it out for them. Let's see, hold on real quick. Let's read for any kind of fault codes. This is a Nissan. As I said, it's real hot today, so you gotta excuse me. Alright, so I'm getting no fault codes. I'm just taping this on my phone because I'm on the go today. Alright, so the next thing, as I said, the power observation is key. So let me go on the hood and see what else I see. So of course, battery is always an issue. So we gotta remove and replace the battery. Right, they unplugged the mass airflow, and they went after fuel. They said they're getting good fuel coming out of here, right? We tried to spray some carb spray, and basically this vehicle still crank no start, right? So I'm gonna have one of the guys crank it over and see how it sounds. Right? Yeah. So this is how the vehicle sounds, right? We're cranking it and it's not turning over. Actually, it is turning over, it's just not starting, right? So next thing we're going to do, we're going to check for spark and see if we're getting spark. Right, so I got my little tester here. Let me just set it up. Right, so it's supposed to be able to jump my tester. I probably got to put a better clip on that. And we're going to test for spark. So although you put a test light on here, that don't mean that you're getting spark. You're just getting flickering, just like a node light. Right, so I'm gonna just back this off a little bit. All right, so I need to be able to jump the spark plug gap. Go ahead and start. Try to crank. Right, you notice I'm not getting any spark, right? But yet if I put my node light on, you're seeing that it's flickering. Right, will that tell me I gotta go after spark? Right, we could check fuse, power and grounds, all those stuff like that, right? But as I said, man, if you look real good here, see this ground wire? This is so important on the harness. Without this, I believe that's the key here, right? This ground is being the harness for the injectors and the spark. And right now you see corrosion, and as I said, this happened just as soon as the coils and the plugs was removed and replaced, right? So no fault of the tech, but you know, as I said, sometimes when these harnesses get so old and brittle, as you see, some of them needed to replace on the injectors, right? And probably after, you know, vibration, after a while it dislodge and cause the vehicle to shut down. So we're going to repair this and we're going to redo our test and see that we're getting spark, right? We already informed the client that he has to get a harness, right? As you see, this little makeshift thing here, you have another one there, you have a few of them, right? They tried their best to replace them. This was the one from before, right, when we had the P0021 code for inlet, bank 2 solenoid, Right, so as I said, man, I want to make a recommendation that they replace this harness, or probably go through this harness and repair all those jacks, right? So we're gonna repair that first and then take it from there, because it looked like we had some crusties here, right? And this is an older vehicle. So we're gonna go down the harness real quick and replace it out and put a fresh ground. This one has some corrosion between it, right? And this is the ground for the harness, right? So don't be ready to condemn and call the engine. Right? You gotta do your checks, make sure you're getting powers and grounds. And although you hook up your test light here and you're getting spark, that don't mean that let me see, that don't mean that it's good enough to jump the spark plug gap, right? So as I said, let's check this out and repair it. And the key to this was too that the vehicle was driving, so it can be compression. Right, so let's see after we repair this what happens. So we just did a temporary thing here on the ground, and we're gonna try to start this vehicle up and see what's going on. Go ahead and start. So another thing, right? So we found this ground was corrosion, right? But the customer went to our alignment shop, and I believe they tried to modify the shocks to drop lower, whatever it was, and look what we found. Another ground loose. This is supposed to be here or even on the body, but this is a ground that's loose. So basically they gotta run back through this harness and put everything back like it's supposed to. And look at this crap, man. This is it. Wow. So no wonder this engine can't start. It's missing grounds. Alright, so we're gonna replace this ground and we're gonna try to start this vehicle again. See what's going on. Alright, so we fixed that ground. We fixed this ground, right? Probably some other wiring issues too, but let's see if we could at least get it started. So let's try again. Try to give it some back. So we found another loose wire. Man, we gotta get a harness, man. We ain't gonna play around with this vehicle. I'm gonna make a recommendation to the client. Let's go try to start again. Let's go again. And look, we got starter problems and all on this side. It's kind of a mess. Start again. Try it again. I'm not getting no spark. Again. We're gonna try this no light basically. Go ahead, start. No start. Alright, so we hooked up to number 5 cylinder. We're gonna check for spark. Go ahead and crank. So you're seeing it flashing on number 5. So is it that this bank is the issue? 2, 4, and 6. We're going to check number 6 and see what's good. This is number 6. We're going to check. Go ahead and crank. Alright, so we're getting number 6 to flash, right? But why are we not getting number 2 and 4? Let's recheck number 2 and 4 again and see what's good. Up on number 3, I removed number 6 coil. So I'm just going to try it here. Go ahead. Number 3 firing, at least flashing. So 1, I'm not sure about number 1, but 3 and 5, 6s, so we're not getting that none. 2 and 4. So we probably gotta check the signal and the ground on those. But I will inform the shop what they need to do. To all my techs out there, have you ever regret touching a vehicle? I believe this one is, one of them, man. Seeing that we are not getting no spark on some of the coils, I may have to just go a little further, right, and dig deeper, right, and probably bring out the scope and check the signal wires and stuff like that, right? So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, share, comment, all that good stuff. Take it easy.